fellas, what's up? Ventus Arashi here today, presenting to you all the next chapter in my journey through Marvel's Spider-Man. Now, in the last episode, I ended up taking out Scorpion and Rhino, and then Mary Jane Watson ended up snooping around Norman Osborn's penthouse and uncovered some incriminating evidence against Norman, not to mention some worrisome evidence about Harry Osborn. Harry has been very, very sick, hence the reason for his so-called Europe trip. So, that being said, Pete is going to be heading to 10th and Cathedral, Oscorp's records facility. Now, the problem is, as stated previously, Norman's helicopter just went down in that area. So, now I'm going to be saving Norman's butt once again. So, heart of the matter, Upper West Side. I've swapped myself back to the advanced suit because, as I stated in the previous episode, I am a sucker for starting endgame and iconic pieces of weapons, gear, and equipment. And the advanced suit, since I'm getting to the end of the game, since this is the canon suit, I'm going to be using this. Suit power is battle focus. I've got battle tech, kinetic power cells, and webbed striker for my suit mods. For gadgets, everything has been maxed out. So now I'm heading over to the Upper West Side to help out.
Requesting update from Bowery.
Roger, Control. This is APC Foxtrot. No sign of Spider-Man.
Stable teams, this is Control. What's the status in Murray Hill?
Control. We are arresting civilians who refuse to cooperate with locating Spider-Man.
This is Control. What's the situation in Bryant?
Observation post is live. Scanning for Spider-Man.
Stable Control, requesting an
See
update on
one
our status.
stable agent have a head on his
Roger,
shoulders.
Control. This is APC Foxtrot. No sign of Spider-Man.
Alright, Norman, coming
Escaped
for you.
prisoners have taken a transit bus hostage. Backup needed in Bloomingdale.
Oscorp building. And Mr. Negative.
Open it.
You guys are rocking shots. He's not.
Have to take care of these demons before I can follow Lee into the lab. Time to KO those snipers. Nap time.
Nap time. Off the side you go.
Need to get through these demons quick, before Lee gets a hold of the anti-serum. Sleep it off.
Nice try. No alerting people. You're a demon whip guy, huh? No more of you. And you're out cold too.
I literally didn't see that coming.
Okay, so I have 5 hostiles in the area remaining.
Might want to pick these guys off stealthily.
Spider-Man, leave now. My men will handle this.
Sable? Lee wiped out the agent stationed here. They're not handling anything!
You have been warned, superhero.
Sheesh, what is her problem? Time. Out cold.
Sable made good on her threat, but these guys aren't looking to team up.
Tired of you harassing our agents, Spider-Man. This ends tonight.
You guys think I took out your men? You gotta be kidding me!
Let's take care of the flying monkey.
We need backup!
Come on. Take the shot.
Gotta make this fast and get inside.
Come on.
I really wish Sable would cut me some slack. We should be on the same team.
Stay webbed. There you are. Surprise.
Demons and Sable are down. Time to follow Lee inside. Why are you so heavy?
Well, Pete, you're also dealing with 14 broken bones, so yeah.
You harass my men, destroy my equipment, and cost my client millions. Give me one good reason I should not kill you right now.
Listen, I don't like you, you don't like me. But Lee has your client inside this building right now, and he's gonna kill him if we don't do something. We could fight each other, or we could fight Lee, but not both. Does this mean we're good?
You will help me secure Norman. After that, I make no promises.
Works for me.
He sounds
Lee's out of
exhausted.
control.
You secure Osborn. I will talk to them.
Nice to have friends. Okay, Lee. No more running. This ends tonight.
Yep.
This is insanity. I have to find a way to reach the Martin Lee I know. The man who built F.E.A.S.T. No way to go but down.
Well, So Lee's powers can just make things float in the air? Wow.
Turn back, Spider-Man. This is between me and Osborn.
I know about the accident. I know what happened to your parents.
The accident? You sound as clinical as Osborn. My parents died because of me. Because of what Osborn did to me.
You're more than your past. Don't let it control you.
I tried so hard to make my parents proud, to honor their legacy. But to truly honor them, Osborn must see justice.
I won't let you do this, Martin.
Lee's pain, his anger, it's fueling his power.
Yet one more reason why he's called Mr. Negative, I guess. That didn't sound good at all.
This is the only sample.
No! No, Martin! Look, I told you I'm sorry. It was an accident. I was trying to help.
You don't help people. You use them.
This won't bring your parents back.
Why do you insist on trying to save this piece of scum?
I'm trying to save you, Martin. Don't let revenge win. Fight it!
All right, Lee. You made your choice. Here comes mine. This ends now.
Osborn must be punished. His cancer has infected this city for too long.
Osborn deserves true justice. He won't see it unless you stop now.
I'll never stop.
Come on.
Now!
Miss me. Whoop, miss. Come here.
This isn't you!
This is exactly who I am!
Come on. Let's go.
crimes will be on your head!
Gee, he's fast. Ow. Come here.
Fight it, Martin! You can walk away!
No! Osborn must suffer!
Oh shit. Forgot about this part.
Whoa.
That's a big demon. And again with the shadows, not again. Come on, boys.
I know you can beat the demon, Martin!
Beat the demon? I am the demon!
Come on.
That is a big demon.
That's what I said. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on. Nope. Get over here.
You and Osborn will ship this will all be over soon.
I sure hope so.
Get over here. Not another swordsman.
My will is stronger than yours.
See about that.
Considering that I just wrestled free of your mind control, I highly doubt
Can't
that
give up.
one.
He's almost down.
Ugh. Stop. Get away. Come on. This again. Enough, Lee. Kicked in the face. Staying positive. Trophy earned.
Osborn needs to pay.
I know. But this is the wrong way, Martin.
Oh, that's not spooky at all. And Otto.
Useless.
Let's hope that bottle is plastic.
Otto?
Should have kept your mouth shut, Norman.
That look on your face. You can't imagine how satisfying it is. Ready for your final act?
Peter's own blood on the floor. He just got beaten near to death.
Hey. Hey.
Where's Otto?
Gone. I would not worry about him right now.
He needs a hospital.
No. No hospital. Feast.
I need to speak to your head doctor.
There's no doctors here.
Who's running this place?
Me, mostly.
Oh, okay. Well, it's been a while, but I'll do my best. I'll need masks, gloves, whatever you have that's sterile.
Thank you.
You can thank me by not dying. Oh my god.
Hours later, I'm assuming.
He'll live, but he needs rest.
Knowing Pete, he's not going to rest.
Hey, take it easy.
Where's May?
She is not doing good herself.
They say she could go at any moment. Where are you going?
I need to find Otto. He has the anti-serum. I don't know if I can beat him.
Maybe you can't. Maybe Spider-Man needs help from his friend Peter.
What?
Peter helped build those arms, remember? If anyone can find a weakness, it's him. Go get him, Tiger.
There it goes, crawling down.
All right. No. No, that's not it. Maybe it's this one. No.
And judging from the hairs on its body, that's a tarantula. Tarantulas are venomous, so why would you keep a spider bite like that to yourself, Miles?
MJ's right. I built the neural interface. That means I can destroy it. There must be something at the lab I can use.
This is Stable Control. Need a report of the situation north of Houston.
Spider-Man. Hello.
Man, I gotta change this number.
I must leave New York. Recent events give me pause. Your rescue of Osborn, despite his hatred, it affected me. I must return home. Reflect on this life I choose.
Dang. I think I'm actually gonna miss you and your death troopers.
Unfortunately, my agents will stay. Though I question our work, they do not. And Osborn continues to pay. I am sorry.
So close to being good news.
Indeed. I will miss you and your bizarre witticism, Spider-Man. Until we meet again.
What a strange, violent lady.
Agreed. Now, in the original PS4 game, and this is one thing that I never did understand about the whole phone call thing, I made that complaint beforehand, but there's 2 critical phone calls that are completely missable if you just head straight to the lab. One of them actually pertains to something that happens post-final fight.
This is Control. Where are we with Union Square? A group of civilian agitators has been...
So what I'm going to do
Charges will be issued at...
is swing around the map a little while and see if I can collect those.
This is Stable Control. Need a report of the situation north of Houston. Observation post up.
Just in case. Then I'll head over to the final fight.
Peter, I'm with May. It's bad. You need to get that anti-serum here within the hour. And if you can't, then you need to get yourself here.
That was phone call number 1, or rather voicemail 1. The final phone call is from Yuri. That's the one that directly pertains to a phone call that Yuri makes to Pete after the events of the game is over. Or are over. What am I saying? English structure.
Captain, sorry I've been off the grid. Any new intel?
No, we've got nothing.
Are you alright? I mean...
I'm sick. Everyone is now. My guys all went home to be with their families. I didn't see any reason to stop them.
Hey, come on. I've never known you to give up. We can do this. It'll be okay.
I don't believe that anymore. I did everything I knew how to do. Gave all I had, and things just got worse. It's over. I'm going to my mom's. She's got it too. She's a widow, and no one should be alone when...
I understand. Go. Yuri, thanks for all your help. And thanks for being a friend.
And that is the final missable phone call. So now Yuri Watanabe is sick too. Time to put a stop to Otto once and for all. Warning, this is your last chance to upgrade gear and abilities before the end of the story. Okay. Do I have anything? Already unlocked that. Challenge tokens. Oh, right. Okay. Well, that's done. Gadgets, skills. And of course the mission's called Pax and Bello. Oh boy. Dr. Octavius was my greatest hero. Now, he's something else entirely. Let's go.
We did the impossible, Doc. But now I have to destroy it. With a little creation of my own.
anti-ox suit. Mayor taken hostage at Osborn Tower.
And once again, we have live footage of Mayor Osborn being held captive on the roof of Osborn Tower.
You want me to beg? Not gonna happen!
The world will know the truth before they mop you off the pavement.
Go! Ah!
Tell them what you did.
I never...
Everything you have is built on lies! Lies!
Now goes his wallet.
You stole my company, my ideas! Now, the truth.
The truth. Okay. The truth is, you were only ever worth a damn when you worked for me! The truth is, you could never accept that I'm better than you! You're a failure, Otto! And you always will be!
Norman, he's got you... He's got the power over your life. And you have the nerve to talk shit? I mean... You gotta give him credit. He's got a spine, but at the same time, too, that is pretty freaking stupid. Especially if you're gonna scream no as you're falling. At least embrace your end with dignity. Please.
Give me the anti-serum! Otto, you've worked your whole life to help people. Please.
No talking him out of it, Pete. We're gonna have to fight him.
Fighting the wrong man. But have it your way.
Here we go.
We don't have much time! Please!
I'll turn over the anti-serum when Osborn pays for his crime!
Come on, get some!
Just give me the anti-serum! You've already done enough to ruin Osborn!
No! He always bounces back! He has to lose everything!
Activate your suit power. L super starfish generate gadget crystals. That's the special ability of this suit. Resupply.
Enough playing!
Crap. This again.
Gotta move.
Eat this!
People are dying! They need the anti-serum now!
I will cure the city after I bring down Osborn!
Come on, Otto.
Let me save the city! Then we can do whatever you want!
I already know what I want! Now get out of my way before I really hurt you!
Come on, Otto. Come here!
Give me the anti-serum, and I promise Osborn will face charges!
Liar! Just like Osborn! Nothing but lies!
Finish him!
What happened to the man who wanted to help people?
Right?
The weakling, the loser, he's gone! Enough of this!
Come on.
What are you?
With the shielding on. And web shooters are wrecked. Great.
Such a disappointment. Parker.
You knew?
Come on, Pete.
I tried to warn you, Peter, but you didn't listen.
I mean, he did say in the beginning, it's obvious.
You knew.
I won't let you win. This means too much to me.
Not more than it means
To me!
Can't you see all the people you're hurting?
Nope.
You'll never understand! You haven't suffered like I have!
Oh, haven't I?
You put me on my side! I won!
Please, think of the man you were!
That man is gone. You can't save me, Peter.
Then I guess you'll have to save yourself!
You were my hero!
You meant so much to me! I hate that you're making me do this! We were going to change the world!
You look tired, Parker.
Not tired. Just hurt.
Otto! Stop!
If you want to change the world, you have to be the kind of man who can make the hardest decisions.
I couldn't agree more! No!
Let him stab him further so he can get the control panel.
The anti-serum.
Peter, I saw you as a son. I should have known you'd turn on me. Just like all the others.
Turn.
Otto, you
Turn.
did this to yourself, man.
I've worshipped you. Your mind. Your conscience. Wanting to help others. The way you never gave up.
That's because men like us have a duty. A responsibility. To use our talents in the service of others. Even if they don't appreciate it. We have to do what's best for those beneath us. Whether they understand it or not.
No,
Not
you're
how
wrong.
that works, Otto.
You are everything I wanted to be. You just threw it away.
Yes, of course. You're right, Peter. Oh, I see that now.
Oh, boy.
The neural interface affected my mind. But I can fix it. We can fix it. Together. If you'll help me.
Do everything I can. I'll make sure you get the best help.
No! If they put me away, they'll take my arms! I'll be trapped in this useless body! Please, Peter. That wasn't me. You said you'd never abandon me. You promised. Remember? And of course, you rest easy, knowing your secret is safe with me.
You do what you think is best, Doc. It's all any of us can.
That's true.
Peter?
Even when it hurts like hell.
Peter, where are you going? Peter? Peter!
Well, I really feel for Otto. He brought that on himself. Gotta give massive credit and props to Yuri Lowenthal and William Sellers for their performances as Peter and Otto, respectively. They knocked it out of the park with that, especially.
It's still viable. We'll need the entire sample as a base to produce more doses.
How long will that take?
A few hours. Maybe a day.
What if we use it to cure someone right now?
Then there won't be enough to cure the others. I'll give you a few minutes.
Left with a critical choice. Save everyone, or save his only remaining family. That's tough.
You're gonna be okay, ma'am. I've got the cure right here.
Take off your mask. I want to see my nephew.
You knew?
I've known for a while.
I never wanted you to worry.
I did. And I am so proud of you. And Ben would be too. All the people you've saved.
I don't know what to do.
Yes, you do.
So May willingly let herself be sacrificed so that way everyone else will have a fighting chance. matter how many times I play this game, that scene never truly gets any easier. Probably because it hits home hard for me. I've watched many of my family members die. Or not really watched them die, but, you know, I don't have many left. So, I get it. Ultimately, Peter made the right call in the long term. That does not mean it's any easier. I would have a very difficult time making that choice if I were in his shoes, if I'm being honest. When you help someone, you help everyone. Norman should be sharing a cell with Otto for his role that he had to play in all this. Three months later.
So?
Hi, Mary Jane Watson, Associate Editor.
Congrats!
Promotion.
I knew you could do it.
What about you? Find a job yet?
Oh, no, but,
I'll be right with you, honey. Thank you.
I was actually considering maybe a career change.
Hmm?
Yeah, I think I might want to become a chef.
I'm sorry, no, it's... You're a scientist. A good one.
Yeah, the last project I worked on, I created a monster octopus that almost destroyed the city, so...
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, you do make a hell of a chicken curry.
I do. Still working on my dumplings, though.
Going camping?
Oh, my new place isn't gonna be ready for about a week, so I'm gonna be crashing with Miles for the next few nights.
Oh. You know, you can always stay at my place. Only if you want to.
No, I mean, yes. I mean, no, I don't. I not want to, but meaning I do want to, but only if you do.
I never stopped wanting to.
Me neither.
Nice you got one happy ending out of all this. And that's it. That's Marvel's Spider-Man, developed by Insomniac. Okay, now that the credits are rolling, time for my full, honest review of Marvel's Spider-Man. Now, for those who are unfamiliar with how I score games and film, I posted a link in the description below with detailed information on that. But if you don't need it, I'm gonna get started. To summarize, while the mechanics and system performance could stand to be a little more polished, Marvel's Spider-Man was still a fun and engaging ride throughout the life of Peter Parker, both in and out of the red and blue spandex. Now, as a refresher, there are 7 categories that I use for games: story, vocal performance, music, graphics, gameplay, system performance, and challenge. First up, story. This includes dedication to source material, if any, continuity, if any, the main plot, side stories, character interactions and development, and how well everything flows together. The story is set in 2018, 8 years after Peter Parker first got his powers as Spider-Man, so he's already well established in New York. Story is set up nicely, throwing the players into the action, then slowing down a bit to help the player explore more of Peter's personal life and a bit of the lives of those closest to him, new and old connections alike, either through gameplay or interactions. Game is also devoted to the source material in a number of different ways, although there are some creative differences for the sake of plot and or realism. Plenty of side stories and quests throughout that introduces players to the enemies Pete has encountered in the past, along with showing Pete's genuine heart and his love for the people of New York. The interactions between characters are believable and sound genuine, although the ones between Peter and Mary Jane Watson do draw criticism for her attitude and stance. However, she does lighten up towards the end of the game, so that is a redeeming bit. So for story, this game earns an 8.5 out of 10. Up next is vocal performance. Hands down, best vocal performances in the game go to Yuri Lowenthal, who voiced Peter Parker in Spider-Man, Tara Platt as NYPD Captain Yuriko Watanabe, William Salyers as Otto Octavius, Nancy Linari as May Parker, Naji Jeter as Miles Morales, and Stephen O. Young as Martin Lee / Mr. Negative. These people knocked their performances out of the park, conveyed emotion flawlessly, and made everything believable and memorable from start to finish. Runners-up are the vocal performances of Rio Morales, Wilson Fisk, Silver Sable, Black Cat, Tombstone, Scorpion, Electro, and Rhino. The cameo by Stan Lee was great as always, and Dr. Morgan Michaels had a decent set of lines, along with J. Jonah Jameson, surprisingly. However, not all of the voice cast was that great. As much as I liked Jefferson Davis as a character, his voice actor, or VA for short, Russell Richardson, did cause some of his lines to feel a bit forced at times. Mary Jane Watson's VA, Laura Bailey, had a similar problem, except her issue was that she felt a little exaggerated on some line delivery, as did Norman Osborn's VA, Mark Rolston. Taskmaster was forgettable, as was Shocker and Harry Osborn, although, to be fair, they were practically cameos. The hands-down most annoying vocal performance in this game goes to Stephanie Lemelin, who voices Screwball. While I understand that was likely the creator's goal, I never thought that hearing someone's voice would make me want to claw my eardrums out. However, most of the voice cast did a solid job, so while these issues are still very much present, they are relatively minor. That said, I give vocal performance a 7.5. Next is music. John Paisano, the very man who composed the score for Netflix's Daredevil series, is responsible for the soundtrack for this game, and he knocked it out of the park for the most part. A handful of tracks were on the forgettable side, but for the most part, the music was memorable, stuck out, and grabbed the attention of the listener, being tailored to fit the activity quite well. So for music, I give this a 9. Next is graphics. This includes thematic visuals, if any, resolution, and attention to detail. Even on the PS4, this game is quite the visual stunner. Lighting, shadows, environments, and textures of things such as clothing and armor are all done very well, and when remastered on PS5, they took it even further, adding reflection details in windows, greater ripple effects in the water, etc. Even the map of Manhattan was fairly accurate. Although certain character models did look stiff and stagnant, and the redoing of Peter's face was strange on the remastered version. I mean, I understand why they did it, to be fair, but at the same time, when you've already played through the game once before or gotten used to a particular character model and then they all of a sudden just flip the script and make a new one, it's gonna come off as weird. I mean, Peter Parker in the remastered version looks around Miles Morales' age, and he's supposed to be 8 years older. So that's not doing the game any favors whatsoever. And speaking of the remastered version, certain character model bits like Silver Sable's lips were unnecessarily shiny and glossy, and the hair rendering for certain characters was not very dynamic. Almost like various characters in the game used hairspray to keep everything in place, save for a ponytail. An example of this would be Mary Jane Watson's bangs. Those things do not move whatsoever. Her ponytail does, but nothing else does. And in the Silver Lining DLC, when Silver Sable is on her back lying on the ground, her hair just kind of retains its shape. I used to have longer hair, so I know for a fact that does not work at all, unless you got it secured in place with a ton of hairspray. So yeah, that wasn't very realistic at all. However, the remastered version did add improvements to more natural hair movements, such as those of Yuri Watanabe, along with providing more accurate contouring and sheen, so those are some redeeming bits. That being said, graphics earns a score of 7. Next is gameplay. This includes mechanics, modes, styles, engagement, immersiveness, and replay value. Now, I will be talking strictly about the remastered version in this regard due to there being slight improvements over the PS4 version. Gameplay is easy to get the hang of, and the mechanics are pretty fluid and responsive. I also enjoyed the adaptive triggers feeling more tense when web swinging, making the traversal more immersive. Combat isn't too clumsy, and the button commands are in ideal locations. There are plenty of styles and methods for dealing with enemies, such as the web gadgets, finishers, and mods, so that's a nice touch. The skill tree is also nice, and it allows you to fully level up before finishing the end of the game, unlike other games that I've played in the past. The New Game Plus mode, along with a trophy for both completing both the New Game Plus mode and the highest difficulty level after beating the main stories, give an incentive and they add replay value. However, mechanics are not perfect. The lack of a lock-on system can make targeting one specific enemy a bit of a headache. Switching between gadgets can be a bit clumsy at times, especially when you're surrounded and on higher difficulty, and the camera could stand to be improved on. That being said, gameplay gets an 8.5. Next is system performance. This is where the game suffers a bit. Trying to play this game, even on PS5 on its highest graphical settings, aka Fidelity mode, will result in significant frame drops and choppiness. However, put it into performance mode, and the frame rate holds relatively stable, hovering around anywhere from 30 to 60 frames per second, at least based on what I could tell. 24 frames per second is the standard for film and television, which gives it that more cinematic look. But for control inputs, the higher the frame rate, the better the responsiveness, and sometimes, on very rare occasion, the commands don't execute when prompted. Dialogue and prompts can also sometimes glitch out and either loop, skip, or not show up at all. The above issues are relatively minor and do not happen very often, but they are still very much present. Outside of that, its system performance does moderately well. So for that category, I give it a 6.5. And lastly, challenge. The adjustable difficulty settings, even on the fly, is a great boost to the game's challenge, tailoring it to the playstyle. And while the game's overall challenge was good, there are certain missions that can make you frustrated due to leaving little to no room for errors, such as the Taskmaster drone challenge in Harlem and certain screwball missions. Puzzles were fun, most missions were interactive, and the fast travel availability during missions is a bonus. So for challenge, I give it an 8. Now that all 7 categories have been scored, I'm going to take their average to arrive at the final score for the game as a whole. This is based on increments of half a point, so any in-between numbers will be rounded to the nearest half point to simplify things. So, based on all the information provided beforehand, Marvel's Spider-Man earns a score of 8 out of 10 based on quality alone. Based on my own personal enjoyment as a consumer, I would give this a solid 9, maybe a 9.5 out of 10. And that's it for my review. Hopefully that was informative, if not helpful.
I'm not an expert or anything, but I think it's in the way that you ask her.
I'm getting too nervous. Hey, alright, so where do you want this?
Right over here is fine.
Alright. Hey, so Pete?
Yeah.
I, kinda gotta talk to you about something I can't tell my mom about.
What's up?
Well, weird things have been going on. Like, physically.
Oh. Well, you know, you're at that age where your body starts to change. And so you may be noticing some areas, for example.
Not that.
Miles is already past that point. He's 15.
I think it's better that I just, I show you.
No.
What'd you think he was gonna do, Pete? Disrobe or something?
It's pretty weird, right?
Not that weird.
Alright. Now, I'm gonna skip ahead to the post-credit scene. Now, Norman is all alone in his penthouse after that nightmare of a debacle that just happened.
We were so close. But I'll keep trying. I will find a cure. I will. I love you, son.
Harry Osborn is in that tank. And you'll notice that black gooey substance that's in the tank with him that just reacted to Norman's movements. Now, I'm under the assumption, endgame, trophy earned, that black goo is a symbiote. Pax and Bello, complete. Congratulations, you have finished the main story, but the adventure continues. You can now change time of day in research stations, or start a fresh new adventure with ultimate difficulty or new game plus. Good luck, hero. New suit unlocked, anti-ox suit. Yeah, cool. So there's that. That's unlocked. Sweet. So yeah, that goo, I'm assuming, is a symbiote. And said symbiote is going to be a major staple in the sequel to this game. Not the spin-off Spider-Man Miles Morales, but in the direct sequel. And yeah, that was Marvel's Spider-Man. Let's see if Yuri's gonna call. Do I just sit around here and wait, or what? Of course, I'm on top of the Empire State Building. Maybe I need to head to Avengers Tower
Stable
first.
teams, this is Control. What's the status in Murray Hill?
Oh, come on.
We've obtained an authorized gathering of civilians. Proceeding to question and arrest as needed.
Yuri gonna call?
Stable teams, this is Control. What's the situation at Grand Central?
ECP spy.
Yuri, you're back.
There she
How's
is.
your mom?
Fine. Right back to complaining about not having grandchildren.
So you gonna take that vacation now?
Are you crazy? There's no time for that. The apocalypse didn't happen, which means we've got a city full of loose ends to clean up.
Sounds like a big job, but we're up to it.
Not you. For a job this tough, we need Spider Cop.
You said it. You even did the voice.
Okay, don't make it weird.
You like me. You really like me.
You made it weird. Let's go. We've got work to do.
I can't wait. Spider Cop surveys the city, placid, but seething with turmoil just beneath its calm surface.
What have I done?
Yeah, sorry, Yuri, but you stepped right into that one. But anyway, yeah, that wraps it up for Marvel Spider-Man. And like always, as I've stated in this review, I had a blast playing this game. Now, it wasn't perfect, but it was still a phenomenal game, as far as I'm concerned anyway. And yeah, so that concludes the main story finale, or main story. This is the finale. And I will be continuing the adventures of Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, in the DLC, The City That Never Sleeps. First up will be The Heist, featuring none other than Felicia Hardy, aka the Black Cat. So, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next chapter. Later.